Okay, folks, we're ready for our next session. Please welcome Noppol to the stage. He's going to talk all about custom fields. It's going to be an amazing session. Here's your microphone.
Thank you. Hope everyone can hear me today. Hi, everyone. Noppol Setobol here, the solutions architect here at SupportLogic. Today, I'm going to be talking about custom fields and how this can really enhance your SupportLogic experience. This is just a picture of me, senior solutions architect here. I'm happy to show you this new stuff. And today's agenda, we're just going to talk about why custom fields are important, where you guys collect these custom fields, what type of custom fields are out there. We'll also talk about how we can utilize those custom fields inside SupportLogic, and also combine complicated and complex types of fields. Right? And at the very end, we'll kind of show you what these custom fields can really do for you inside the SupportLogic experience. Okay? So what is a custom field? Everyone today has been collecting custom fields since the start of the CRM industry, really. You collect custom fields to really help organize the case data that comes in, or really any data that comes in, right? You capture like the region, case status, like these are just custom fields that you would help understand your support organization. But there are other types of custom fields that really help you make dynamic and impactful decisions that you can get from your CRM systems. Not just your CRM systems, but other systems that might have fields that can be incorporated and help drive business decisions, right? And so today, we're going to be digging deeper into each of these different scenarios of how you can utilize standard custom fields, regular custom fields, and complex custom fields. So what we do today, SupportLogic, just a reiteration, we take all of your communications and we extract sentiments from it. Oops, I'm sorry about that. And on the right side are all the signals that we extract. We roll them up and provide context, like the two scores that we show you, sentiment score and the intention score. We can also roll that up into the support health score. Now, what's important about these custom fields is that we incorporate these into our support health score. So it's important to incorporate all these other additional fields that might be related to the case or even the account, right? Because that could be very useful information to provide and drive decision-based actions. And from there, we can also customize ontologies. So with the custom field, we can create a dictionary that looks for new fields within your ticketing data inside SupportLogic, right? And these things could be new categories, new topics. We can even incorporate competitors into these. So if you define your competitors, we can use the power of SupportLogic to uncover competitors in the conversations of your customers. And everything else kind of rolls into predictions and agent recommendations that can be utilized by the structure of custom fields, right? You can set specific queues and recommend agents based off of those custom fields. Perhaps you want cases to only be assigned in certain categories or certain regions, or maybe certain support level types. We can define those queues inside SupportLogic and use agent recommendation to get it to the right agent. So why is custom fields so important in NLP? NLP has been around for quite a while, and we've been kind of in that same step. We've started using NLP and applying our technologies back in 2017, 2018, and we've just been reiterating on the models and understanding that as it evolves, we need to evolve as well. And so by combining the new type of NLP with custom fields, we can really provide structure to unstructured data that we've been extracting using SupportLogic. So, this is the second portion of this. Next one. So where can you use, or how are our customers using custom fields? And the first part is really just utilizing alerts, right? These are ways that we can send our signals that we've extracted from your customer's case data externally to either your third-party API application, or maybe MS Teams, or Slack or MS Teams, and even email. By combining the custom fields that we've captured from your Salesforce implementation or CRM implementation, we can create prescriptive alerts, right? Now I only want to be alerted on if this particular case fits this particular region, or maybe the account is a top performing account, right? We can be very prescriptive in how we want to set up alerts to be received from SupportLogic. And by including these custom fields, not necessarily just from the case object, but we can also incorporate ones from the account object, right? So now you can create alerts when a specific account has a certain custom field criteria, right? Maybe their support level for that particular account doesn't meet the alert criteria that I am interested in, right? I only want to be alerted on accounts that maybe have the premium support level tier, or maybe they hit a certain ARR number that I've captured in my custom fields. I want to bring that in, and I want to apply it to my alerts here. And so I can get alerted on these types of accounts specifically when we're seeing issues with them. Another way is just building reports. So being able to bring in those custom fields, we have a trends and analytics page that can look at these different data points and analytics points at two different custom fields level, right? On the left-hand side, first, we're looking at the different origins, and we give you trend lines for each of those data value sets for each of those custom fields. And below that, we have a second custom field that you can actually look at the patterns and trends, patterns and outliers for that specific and selected field. So that second thing that we're looking at is case severity. And right now I'm looking at all of the cases, but I can really drill down into specific type of severity. And I can even change it, right? If I only want to focus on email or maybe the portal type cases and then maybe normal severity type, I can really drill deep into my reporting using these custom fields. And similarly on the right side, we can again take advantage of the custom fields that we brought in. Looks like it's the same picture. Case severity, as also looking at different patterns and outliers. So what are the types of custom fields that are available out there? I've only mentioned really one, which is the case, but we also have the ability to incorporate others. But specifically the case one, this is stuff that maybe you've already been capturing with your CRM implementation today, right? You either have the customer fill out what they need to get the cases created and passed through your organization, and maybe you have your agents also filling out other metadata that could help provide context in the form of custom fields. And what that can do is you can help create all these other charts that are available inside SupportLogic on like the text analytics page. And all these charts are dynamic. And as you add these custom fields or build these charts based off of these custom fields, they're all very much interactable. And I'll show you that in the demo later today. The second one, and also just as important, are account custom fields. And a lot of customers are starting to bring this in to be able to build these newer reports around accounts. And we did discuss a lot today showing that our next available things on the roadmaps are going to be account-centric type signals. And so this is something that's very special, it's very useful to bring in when you're using SupportLogic. Account type custom fields could live inside the account object. These things could talk about not only the support level, but also ARR if they meet a certain criteria. We have customers who bring in account level to help fill in the contributing factors for the account health score, like engineering issues and things like that. So what is this handling complex and expanding with data sources? So this is one thing that SupportLogic does very well. Right now, we are ingesting to your CRM system. We're looking at your case object and account object. We can even look at your user and contacts and bring in those custom fields from those other places. So for example, if you had a manager tied to an agent, we can bring in the manager custom field for that agent, and we can highlight that if you need to contact a manager, that is the manager for the case owner or the agent that's assigned to the case. And we have other things like maybe you have an engineering system that's tied to your organization, and there are statuses and custom fields that you want to incorporate towards cases that are tied to those engineering issues. We will be able to incorporate those. And so that's what this chart's going to show you. Right now, we are connecting to your CRM system, but say you do have an engineering system, sort of like Jira or ClickUp or something like that. we can also ingest custom fields from those objects as well and make relations to the cases that you're opening up inside SupportLogic. So what you get at the very end is you'll get not only the case custom fields, you'll get the account custom fields, and you'll also get any engineering statuses that may be tied to a case linked to an engineering issue. So a lot of customers will get a lot more information. Is this case tied to an engineering? Is it waiting on engineering? If so, what are the statuses of it waiting on engineering? We can bring that inside SupportLogic today. And so we can tie those things and bring additional custom fields from other data sources into SupportLogic. Okay? And we can combine those here inside SupportLogic by either combining the fields. We can even do some logic, sort of like calculated fields inside Salesforce. Or we can just bring in the field and show it to you here inside SupportLogic. Okay. One other thing that we can do, since we are a UI layer that sits on top of your CRM system, we can actually change the data types and values, or what we call labels, inside SupportLogic. And what this does is a lot of our customers who want to merge statuses together, for example, they don't want to see waiting or bug or in progress, we can combine these fields so that it only shows one thing on the SupportLogic side. There's going to be no confusion. A lot of things this helps for the customer, or what this helps for the customer, is maybe they've gone through a migration a couple years ago, right? And they have these old status fields that they don't use today, but they still or may have reverted to something new. We can go into SupportLogic and change those status fields so that it matches what you're using today, right? And that way you have a whole history of all of your cases analyzed by SupportLogic, and it's all pretty much standard across the board. Okay? Again, we are CRM agnostic, so we have customers who've gone from CRM to CRM utilizing SupportLogic, and we're just changing the field names without having them going into migrating and doing a whole complete upload of changing all their statuses to what they're using today. So we can save a lot of time for customers doing it that way. What we also do is being able to highlight and show custom fields that are relevant to the profile, to the user that's being logged inside SupportLogic, right? So we have an agent profile that may come in and only want to see certain custom fields that may apply to them, right? They don't care about other things. They only want to see the region, the portal, the origin, whatever they can, may need to complete the task at hand. But maybe a CSM will log in. They don't need to know all these things. They want to see account type custom fields. We can create a profile that will only show details that's pertinent to them, right? Same thing for leadership, same thing for anything else that want to see reporting from SupportLogic. We can hide the things that they don't want to see. Okay, so some practical applications of the custom fields. This is just me. I'm going to go through and show you where you can utilize custom fields inside SupportLogic. Basically, being able to structure your cases so that you can help prioritize cases in your backlog using custom fields. I showed you a little bit about the alerting, how you can actually create specific and prescribed alerts with specific case criteria or account criteria. I'll show you a little bit about creating charts using these custom fields. These are dynamic charts and interactive charts, so you can click on anything as we create these charts and show them to you. And the last thing is the keywords and ontology. So this is more of a customized ontology that looks at the conversation piece of your customers. And from there, we'll use a customized ontology to uncover specific keywords that's unique to your domain. Okay. So as part of this, I will go to the demo. Looks like I should have done this before. I think I can do here. All right. All right, so the very first thing that we're going to show you is the backlog page. And this backlog page is really here to help agents or support managers prioritize their cases by SupportLogic metric. And we really combine our scores or any of the SupportLogic metrics that you see here with your custom fields to help organize your list of cases that you want to prioritize. And so what we've done is we've created, or we will create these cases for you, or you can create and edit this on your own, but essentially bring in any list and support it and sort it by a SupportLogic metric. So the first one that we're seeing here is show me all of my cases with the lowest sentiment score. And with custom fields, I can then go ahead and be more directive on how I want to look at these cases, right? Maybe I want to focus on only enterprise premier support because those are the people that are paying, right? I can apply, and all of this will change in real time to update only cases that meet that specific custom field. Everything else will, should go back. Everything else should load automatically, and when it does, you will have a prioritized list of cases. Of course, this thing doesn't seem to work when we want it to.
I have the same delay.
Is it? Oh, man. I'll blame it on the hotel internet. Yeah. The internet's not working for you in this room? Okay. That might be a little hard to do a demo. But we'll try and go through it. Okay. So you saw the backlog page. That's cool. We can go back and show you the trends and analytics. So we can do this, but I can't really click on anything to show you the interactiveness. But essentially, with the custom fields, we have a text analytics page that will combine our sentiment analysis, so everything that we've detected in the unstructured portion of your case data, and marrying it with the custom fields that you see here. And so we have a timeline of all of our cases year to date. It's not really that many cases, but below are all of the charts, all the cases charted in a dynamic fashion for tied to their custom fields, right? And as I mentioned, everything is interactive. Let's see if it's going to open up. But you can click on it, and you can drill deep into the exact case that you have there for you. Right? All of these are interactive reports. You could download these as a chart, or you can download them as specific pieces of data as a CSV file for you to use in your reporting.
I wish I downloaded the whole scrolling page. It doesn't, it only gives you the first half.
Oh, it doesn't? Okay, we'll look into that one as well. And the last is not least is alerts, right? We have the alerts here to be able to show you that we have all of the criteria, all the sentiments that are available that SupportLogic will capture from the unstructured portions of your data. And then we can create criteria, specific custom fields to fire these alerts when the criteria has met, right? As I mentioned before, maybe I only want to look at enterprise support cases or premium account support cases. I only want to be alerted on those because those are my paying customers. Or maybe I only want to focus on premium severity or high severity type cases because those are the ones that are going to cause a lot of noise if we leave them be. Whatever it is, we can add these as custom fields, including those JIRA statuses. Those could be incorporated here as well and be used as alerts for SupportLogic. One final thing I did want to show you here is the ontology, and that's this piece here on the left-hand side. This one is a customized dictionary that we work with you during the onboarding process. And what we do is we define keywords and domains that are unique to your space. So if you have products and your customers may refer to those products using abbreviations or maybe their own special way of calling their own product, we can define those here inside the customized ontology so that when you're searching for that product, it will look for that variation of definitions used by either your customers or your agents as well. Okay? You have a question? Yes.
You also, do your ML models pick up common phrases that are used often by the support cases on customers? Like connectivity issues?
We have a set of standard keywords like tech terms that we will uncover. We also have a way to look at the different patterns that come up. So if there's enough of like a pattern for a keyword or a saying, that's going to show up inside the ontology as well. Yeah. But mainly is for us to define specific keywords for you so that we can help uncover that inside the unstructured data. Yeah.
So, like in your initial slides, you had one section called product issues.
Yes.
Those phrases, was that coming from here? That was from ontology?
That
Onboarding, or was that self-learned?
product issues will come from product feedback and a little bit from the ontology as well. Yeah, as we define product and the definitions for the product, we can do that. But what we do have also is specific signals, it's probably not going to work, but specific signals around the product itself. For example, if there's a feature request or there's an issue around documentation for a product, we will uncover those as signals going forward. Okay. All right. I think that's pretty much all I had. Let me see if I can go back to this guy here. Well, I guess I was a little early for the Q&A, but continue with any other questions here? Yeah. Yes.
So some of our fields are mapped to like people, like account managers or support engineers.
Yeah.
Do you envision supporting a mapping of custom fields to like named people or supporting that type of
Yeah,
functionality?
absolutely. Today we have some customers that are incorporating technical account managers to accounts so that when they pull it up inside SupportLogic, they'll be able to see who's the account manager of this particular account, so that if I need to reach out, I can immediately reach out without having to like bother somebody or anything like that. But absolutely right, it's not limited to just technical accounts. If you have custom fields on the user object as well, like managers for that agent, we can incorporate that into SupportLogic also. Yes?
Yeah, with ServiceNow, I mean, when we are using it, it's like we can have 5 custom fields.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a restriction still, or can we increase that?
As far as I know, there is no limitation on the number of custom fields. It does get kind of crazy when you hit like the 200 level.
Okay, so after 5 we are not able to create it, so maybe I can check it out and then raise a ticket or something.
Yeah, absolutely. Mo- Absolutely. Yeah, if you have more than like 50 custom fields, I think that's it's kind of a lot, yeah. Absolutely. All right. Thank you very much.